Good morning students. In the chapter The Cell, the next topic that we will be learning today is the types of cells. So, what is a cell? A cell is defined as the smallest basic unit of life that is responsible for all of the life processes. Cells are the building blocks of all living beings. They provide structure to the body and convert the nutrients taken from the food into energy. All organisms are made up of cells. They may be made up of a single cell which makes a unicellular organism, or they may be made of many cells which makes up the multicellular organism. Mycoplasmas are the smallest known cells. So, what is a unicellular and multicellular organism? A unicellular organism is an organism that consists of a single cell. All the life processes such as reproduction, feeding, digestion and excretion occurs in the single cell. Amoeba, bacteria and plankton are some examples of unicellular organisms. While a multicellular organism is an organism that is composed of many cells. Plants and animals are examples of multicellular organisms. So, now we shall study the organization in multicellular organisms. The bodies of multicellular organisms are made up of different types of cells. Each type of cell is specialized to perform a particular function. A group of similar cells that perform a particular function is called as a tissue, while a group of different tissues that work together to perform a specific function is called as an organ. And various organs working together constitute the organ system, and several organ systems together forms a multicellular organism. For example, a group of muscle cells constitutes a cardiac muscle tissue whose major function is to contract and relax. The cardiac muscle tissue makes up the heart, which is an organ whose primary function is to pump the blood. The heart, along with arteries and veins, works together to transport the blood to all the parts of the body. Thus, it forms the circulatory system. And several such organ systems working together constitutes the multicellular organism. Now, we shall study the types of cells. Because of the millions of diverse species of life on Earth, which grows and changes gradually over time, there are countless differences between the several types of cells. However, there are two major types of cells, which is prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Prokaryotes are the simpler and older of the two major types of cells. Prokaryotes are single-celled organisms. Bacteria and archaebacteria are the two types of prokaryotic cells, while eukaryotes are thought to be the modern major cell type. All multicellular organisms are eukaryotes. However, some eukaryotes are unicellular as well. There are four types of eukaryotes, which includes protists, fungi, animals and plants. What is a prokaryote? Prokaryotic cells have no nucleus. Instead, they have a region within the cell where the genetic material is freely suspended. And this region is called as the nucleoid, as you can see in this picture. They are all single-celled microorganisms. The cell size ranges from 0.1 to 0.5 micrometers in diameter. The hereditary material of a prokaryote can either be a DNA or an RNA. Prokaryotes generally reproduce by binary fission, which is a form of asexual reproduction. So, what is a eukaryote? Eukaryotic cells are characterized by a true nucleus. The size of the cell ranges between 10 to 100 micrometers in diameter. This broad category includes plants, fungi, protozoans, and animals. They are usually multicellular organisms, but some of them may be unicellular organisms as well. They reproduce both sexually as well as asexually. This tabular column gives the basic similarities and differences between a eukaryotic and prokaryotic cell. Now we shall study the shape and size of cells. The variety of cell shapes seen in prokaryotes and eukaryotes reflects the function that each cell performs. The cells may be oval, spindle-shaped, spherical, cylindrical, or rectangular in shape. Some cells are also found to have irregular shapes. For example, the neurons have long, thin extensions, as you can see in this picture, that reaches out to other nerve cells. The extensions help the neuron to pass chemical and electrical messages quickly throughout the body. The shape of the red blood cell enables these cells to easily move through the capillaries, while the spikes that is present on the pollen grains help it to stick to a pollinating insect or animal so that it can be transferred to and can pollinate another flower. And the long whip-like flagella, which is seen in algae such as Chlamydomonas, help it to swim in the water. And the guard cells, which are seen in the plants, are kidney-shaped, and it helps in opening and closing of the stomata, as you can see in this picture. Coming to the size of the cells, the size of the cell is variable. Usually, the cells are microscopic and aren't visible to the naked eye. The size of the cells are measured in micrometers, which is represented by μm. A micrometer is 1 millionth of a meter, and it is written as 1 into 10 to the power minus 6 meter. The sizes of different types of cells vary considerably. The mycoplasmas have a diameter of 0.2 micrometers. The bacterial cells have a diameter of 0.5 to 5.0 micrometers. The size of animal cell ranges from 10 to 30 micrometers, while the plant cell ranges from 10 to 100 micrometers. And the egg of a bird is a single cell. The egg of an ostrich is the largest known cell. Thank you, students.